Hi Tech family, welcome to the part 7 of Solidity programming language course. In this video, we are going to look at the view and pair function of Solidity programming language. We will see how can we work with these functions. So without wasting our time, let's move to the Remix IDE. And we are back with our Remix IDE. First, let's close this home, and we have already these two files, state variables and local variables, and we are going to use these state variables and local variables in this video. If you don't know about them, I already have created videos on these topics, so please go and check them out. So let's start creating a file. The name will be view and pair.sol, and first thing we need is the identifier and the version of the compiler. So I will simply copy it from this file and paste it here. And the next is simply create a contract, and the name of the contract will be pair and view. First, we are going to talk about what are view functions in Solidity. View functions are read-only functions, like they do not modify the state variables, but they only can read them, and they also can read their local variables. So let's see how can we work with them. Let's start creating a state variable, state var, and down here there will be our uint type age. We have declared this state variable, and now we will start creating a view function. To create a function, we have to type a keyword which is function, and the name of the function will be get view function, and we will set its visibility to public. What are the visibility in Solidity? We will talk about this visibility topic later in this course. There are some visibility keyword like private, public, external and internal, but we are not going to talk about in this video. We will explore them later in this course. And this public means just to visible it when we deploy our contract, and this will also be visible at the outside world, like anyone can see it. And then we will make it view to read some data, and it returns uint, and the body, this will simply return age, and that's it. Let's go and compile it. There is an error, return. Oh, we have to pass returns here because this will be the return type, so we don't have to pass the return here. This will be returns. Again, compile it, and it works. And now the next step is to deploy it. Go and deploy it, and we got the instance of our contract. If we get it, it has 0 value because we have not initialized it yet. Okay, first let's initialize it. Age will be 30, and again compile it and deploy. We have now the second instance. Get it, and now it has the value of 30. So that's how we get the state variables through this view function, and that is only read-only function. It also can return its local variable. Like, let's first remove this age and create some local variable. Like, I am creating string. It will be the local variable, so I will make it memory. Memory means it will be temporary stored. It will not take any space in the contract. So string memory, and the name of the variable will be person equal to John. That's our local variable. I typed the memory in front of string because by default that string is a state variable. So to make it a local variable or use it as a local variable, we have to make it like this, memory, and now that is a local variable. And now let's return this person, and this will throw an error just because its return type is uint. So let's also change it to string memory because it's returning the string memory. And now again compile it and go and deploy it. In the third instance, if we press this get view function, we got the John, and that's how we also can get our local variables through this view function. And let's move to the pair function. How this pair function works. the pair function neither modified nor read the data of the stat variables. The pair function only can read the data of the parameters you pass in its parentheses and only the local variable present in this particular function. So let's start also creating this. The function get pair function, and this will also be public, and this will be not here, public and pair, and this will be also like the get view function returns, like I passed uint sum, it will return uint sum, open its body, and here I will create two local variables which will be of type uint unsigned integer. Number 1 will be equal to 100 and number 2 will be equal to 3000, and that's not the unit but uint, and sum will be equal to number 1 plus number 2 and return the sum, and that's it. Let's move to the compiler and compile our code and close this one and deploy it. We have the fourth instance get pair function, let's get it, and we got 3100, the sum of these two local variables. And now when we get this view function, it gives us the John, that local variable. Just for checking purpose, let me return this stat variable in this pair function. Let's see what will happen. Let's return this edge and comment out these three variables and go compile it, and we got an error. The function declared as a pair but its expression reads and blah blah. It says the edge variable is a stat variable, and as I told you, the stat variable cannot be returned from this pair function. So let's uncomment them and again return the sum. Again move to the compiler and compile it, deploy, and in the fifth instance we got again the same answer. So in the ending, let me again tell you the view and the pair function. Just for the quick recap, the view functions are just the read-only function, like we only can read the stat variables and the local variables and the parameters passed in its parentheses. And in the pair functions, we neither read or nor modified the data of the stat variable, but it will only use the local variables and the parameters passed in its parentheses. That's the difference between that pair and the view function. And we also have explored one more thing in this video, that memory keyword. That memory keyword is just to make it temporary, because this will not take any place in the contract, but this will be temporary. And we are using the string data type as a local variable. By default it's stat data type, but we are using it as a local data type, so we also have to make it temporary by writing this memory in front of it. And that's it. And I think that was it for the video. If you found this video helpful, hit a thumb on a like button and leave a comment if something is not clear to you. For now, goodbye and see you in the next video.